Every day we face a choice. Do we follow a safe, predictable routine, or do we risk everything for a dream? In a quiet village surrounded by green hills, a girl named Arya lived within a world of simple, practical expectations. Here, success wasn't about following your heart, it was about securing your survival. Her parents were hardworking and realistic. They believed that rigorous academic study was the only reliable path to a better life, often telling her that dreaming big required dreaming wisely. This creates what we can call the pragmatic trap, a pervasive belief that any interest outside of practical education is a distraction that threatens your future stability. This worldview was challenged by Arya's uncle Kiran. He visited on weekends with a cricket bat instead of a briefcase, bringing a sense of excitement that the village's dusty roads usually lacked. Arya swung the heavy bat. The wood cracked against the leather ball, and a sudden, sharp thrill finally took hold. But her discovery was short-lived. When her mother saw her dusty clothes and bruised hands, the reaction was immediate. Her father forbade her from playing, calling the sport a waste of time. She was now facing a painful choice. Obeying her parents and the life they planned for her meant giving up the one thing that made her feel alive. Arya was caught in a false dichotomy. She was being forced to believe that she had to completely abandon her passion in order to exist within the world of her responsibilities. Initially, the weight of her parents' disapproval was enough to break her. She hid under her blanket and cried, ready to let her bat gather dust to maintain the peace. Her uncle intervened with a different perspective. He suggested that trying to argue with people who are set in their ways is useless. Instead, he told her to show them her value through action. Arya decided to stop pleading for permission. She moved away from emotional rebellion and toward a strategy of quiet, persistent work that would eventually become impossible to ignore. She realized that if she could provide undeniable evidence of her success in both worlds, her parents would eventually have to accept her choice. Arya adopted a system of symmetrical discipline. While the village slept, she practiced, building physical strength and precision. In the evenings, she returned to her books, staying at the top of her grade. Her academic success acted as a shield, allowing her to continue training. Her parents noticed the change. They saw her discipline and her balance. Meeting every educational expectation, they found no ground left to stop her. Arya didn't choose between the two paths. She followed both with such intensity that her parents' original objection simply ceased to be true. By the time she reached the 10th grade, the results of her relentless schedule were clear for everyone to see. She was no longer just a student or just an athlete. She was both, a top-performing academic and a player selected to represent her school in a major tournament. Standing alone on the field at sunset, she held the official selection letter, feeling the weight of her hard work. With the letter in hand, the question shifted. Her parents were no longer looking at a useless hobby, but at a physical document of her achievement. When you turn your talent into a tangible result, you force the people around you to respond to reality rather than their own fears. Arya's story isn't just about a village in the hills. It applies to anyone who feels like they are being forced to choose between what they love and what the world expects of them. Getting angry or walking away from your responsibilities rarely works. Usually, it just reinforces the idea that your passion is a distraction from real life. Changing someone's mind requires the quiet, exhausting discipline of meeting their expectations while you simultaneously build your own path forward.